MMAfighting.com, and I'm with MVP ahead of his co-main event fight with Richard Kiely. Michael, I've got to ask you, right? The last time you told me, like, I mean, you made no bones about it. You were like, "This is an exhibition fight for me. Like, this is a sparring match." I just heard you say to media members. Is that really how you feel about this? Is this, as far as you're concerned, one of the easiest opponents you've faced in MMA?
Oh, the thing is, I can never answer that until after the fight in terms of, is it one of the easiest opponents? I've had a lot of fights where, you know, it appears easy. You always have to put in work. Any kind of fight you have to take seriously as much as they are trying to finish the fight. So you have to take them seriously. But I know my ability, and I've seen his ability, and I just see it as like a sparring session. You know what I mean? And even when if you come to sparring in London Shoot, it's a war there anyway. So as much as it's a sparring session, I still got to be on point.
I mean, you know far more about kickboxing, striking than any of us media guys. What do you see when you look at Richard? I mean, is it that much of a disparity as far as you're concerned between your two skill sets?
Yeah, well, again, we basically come from the same industry. So you only have to look at what he achieved there and look what I achieved there. Look at who he was there, which is nobody, and look what I was there, which is one of the biggest names in that sport. So every time I've kind of gone into a martial arts, I've grown and excelled to the top level. Anytime he's been in it, he hasn't. And for me, that says a lot about just him as a person, his personality. He's only ever really going to achieve so much, and this is why he talks as much as he can, because he's hoping for it to be a Rocky story. He's hoping to get that, you know. He's spoken a fight. He's spoken a fight into existence. He's hoping to get that finish, and, you know, the whole world be like, "Oh man, it's amazing! It's amazing guy. Where he come?" That's why these things are films. It doesn't happen in real life like that.
Were you surprised? So, like, you told me the last time when Bellator offered you this, you were like, "Are you going to pay me the same amount of money you pay me for fighting this guy?" Was that really how you were reacting to this?
Yeah, 100%. I get paid a lot, so I was just shocked that they were even entertaining it. I just think nowadays, I'm for and I'm against it. I'm for it obviously because I was able to have this happen. I'm against it as in sometimes social media speaks louder than what actually makes sense. And if you look at, there's boxing events that are happening that's quite skeptical, but a lot of people are jumping on, getting on board and getting on side just because they bring in a lot of social media now. And I feel like that dictates a lot of what happens nowadays, which again, it doesn't mean you're necessarily as talented. You're a talented individual and you're supposed to be there. You haven't done the work that's necessary anymore, but you know, you speak loudly enough to get enough attention. I prefer the old school way of just, you know, making noise. But at the same time, part of my presence is the amount of noise that I make as well. So it's give and take.
Can you make an example of this guy, do you believe, when you look at the skill sets here, when you look at the fight is going to take place in your wheelhouse, where nobody really wants to fight you? Could this be a case of you making an example of Richard Kiely in front of his hometown crowd?
Well, you know what, just look at my previous fights. It's not like I haven't done this before. And I'm talking about, I've gone in there, I've made somebody quit. You know, he's perfectly fine to carry on throwing punches and kicks, and he says, nope, I don't want to be here anymore. I've made guys tap out. I've made guys say, you could just put them in their shell. I've made somebody that is a known kickboxer turn into a wrestler. And that says something about my skills and my skill set. 100%. Like I said, I don't have faith in his abilities outside of how good he is at talking. I definitely can make an example of him.
So is this just a matter of you getting the finish when you want to, do you think, on Friday night?
100%, 100%. You know what? It's the more fun I'm having, the more dangerous I am. And I'm in Dublin, man. I'm about to have a lot of fun.
Thank you so much, Michael. Cheers.
Man, take care.